Hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought health is about what we're eating? Join me on my quest to disseminate my go-to health regimen, the Health 44, my clumsy branding of eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients. Bingo, bongo, health sorted. So thank you for your interest. Let's do this. Welcome again. You've clicked on another cholesterol episode. The thing about cholesterol this time, I've done other episodes on cholesterol. Cholesterol is our friend, not our foe, that sort of thing. So if you're tuning into this to suggest to have cholesterol numbers anxiety, and to reinforce your 275, your 7.2 in the other scale, that you need to take statins and have low cholesterol diet and this and that. Well, if you want that, you can just nick off. If you want to get out of that mindset, continue to watch. So there will be some new insights. Using the say US-based numbers, we have to try and aim for under 150, or we're trying to make it 125. Aim for 125 and under with your total cholesterol metric. When in 1950, when we were able to measure total cholesterol, it was sitting around 250, with the suggested, or the normal range being between sort of 100 to 300, and now we're making it under 125, or most places are still doing under 150 for your combined HDL, LDL, and triglycerides. Now, to have a normal zone of up to 300 in 1950 would suggest our life expectancy was less and this and that. Well, that's just infant mortality rates and birth mortality rates, which takes off the 80 years of someone's life. So that plummets the life expectancy rate. I think the world life expectancy around 1950 was 50. Half a century before that, it was 40. In Russia, I saw 1920 or so, life expectancy was something like 22. So, cholesterol, don't worry. You don't need to worry, because firstly we don't understand it. If only 20 years ago, 50 years ago, even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, if there was a consensus to suggest that high cholesterol equals cardiac death, cardiac disease, coronary disease, whichever derivative of circulatory system that we're referring to, there's more and more work being done lately to suggest that cholesterol is there because the firemen are there at the fire. The firemen didn't cause the fire. And the whole idea of picking the wrong direction of a particular event, phenomenon, cholesterol in this case, like choosing between the Patriots versus the Bengals, or Spain versus England. 60% are choosing Spain and 40% England to win. Even the 60% that chose Spain, it could have been 40% if England got a couple of unlucky goals, or lucky goals for them. And to pick heads or tails and for half of the people to be wrong and another half right. Well, if you can't pick the direction of something, just like me picking the direction of future life expectancies is going south, the mainstream can't be too trustworthy, because the mainstream, which has been the mainstream for forever, mainstream, in the 17th century, up to the 18th century, where we had this miasma theory of health, foul odors, this and that. You smell some baking goods, you put on 5 pounds, that sort of thing. That was mainstream. That was evidence based. I smelt it, I put on 5 pounds. That's evidence. So, for every century, there's been thousands of incorrect health theories, and we are no different in this century. Because last century, we were wrong about many things, like stress causes ulcers and that sort of thing, where it's H. pylori, right? That's just one quick example. We would suggest that obesity is move more, eat less. It is for a few weeks, but over a 5-year period, no. Micronutrients. Our ills, to blame our coronary, arterial, cardiomyopathy and atherosclerosis, all that on cholesterol, is another wrong theory. Yes, for those that are shaking their heads about obesity, it's not calories in versus calories out. Let go of that, and then you won't be fat. It doesn't mean be sedentary and eat butter cakes all day either. And if you are eating butter cakes, whether I chose that, burgers and pizza and biscuits and this and that, is you've got pica. Anyway, I won't hijack this with obesity. There's many an episode on obesity that I've done. So cholesterol is going to be one of those thousands of incorrect medical theories in this century. It was last century as well, but the reinforcement that cholesterol is the problem. Cholesterol is the main driver of our ill health, anxiety. It's the most, cholesterol is probably the most incorrect human health theory of all time. Maybe just behind obesity. Yes, I'll qualify that. And so to get that, there's this whole conspiracy theorist view where get that total cholesterol number from 150 to 125, or even aim for 100. Everyone with cholesterol over 100, give them statins. That would make 5 billion people take statins. Better this? I don't know. I don't know if that's the plan or not. I don't think it will be. I just think that the misguided, the misinformed, the misled are just clutching at straws to lower your cholesterol to nothing, and then you won't get heart disease. You might get dementia at age 30, but yes, cholesterol, very important for our brain and hormone health. So, and to get that number of, say, 150, you can't even say that's the average, because the average is much higher. A lot of these bad cholesterol numbers, triglycerides, and the LDL, There's ratios in there. LDL is the lipids going out of the liver. LDL brings them back, that sort of thing. So we're not really understanding. There's also fluffy and sticky LDL with the APO. Is it APO-A? And anyway, I'm not going there because I don't want to understand it, because we don't understand it. So we can't even blame the averages of everybody's ill, and these blood work averages are based on 2,000, 5,000 people that get their bloods done. And let's face it, the people that get their bloods done are mostly unwell. So why have an average of unwell populace? Inflammation markers, some of the cardiac markers, and liver function, kidney function, those numbers should be based on healthy people, right? So not the gym bros, not the gym gals, just the regular sedentary people that don't have any conditions, get the bloods done. That's what the averages should be, not the GP oriented, GP generated people with the form. Go into your, get some blood out. There you go. That shouldn't be the average. And for cholesterol, it's not even that. It's just these arbitrary figures. Why can't we make the figure 132.5? It's just these arbitrary little figures. If you're 151, take statin drugs, and people do. Bingo bongo, age 72, dementia. No, don't go for it. These are the guidelines. I was supposedly high cholesterol, high obesity. The blood pressure was high back in my former life of being almost double my body weight than I am at the moment. And do you think they helped me? They were going to put me on statins. They were going to put me on, the mainstream healthcare complex, my GP, put me on blood pressure pills and what is it? Almost insulin, at least with metformin. I refused that, luckily. And yeah, sad state, a sad state. So you need to take matters into your own hands, and part of taking matters into your own hands is understanding that they don't understand cholesterol. It's important for our brain and hormone health. If you've got problems in the bedroom and your performance and that sort of thing, increase your dietary cholesterol and those problems will subside. Not straight away, but it will happen. Also, it's important to, for the carnivores and the keto people out there, don't overcook. Don't high heat your food prep. It adds to the problem by adding those heterocyclic amines, acrylamides, and trans fats that go into our circulatory system, which are the problem of atherosclerosis and circulatory system issues. It's not cholesterol, it's the other stuff. It's the prep of the cholesterol stuff. Even the non-cholesterol stuff, like the fruit and veg and olive oils and oils in a bottle. That's what gives us some of those high anxiety cholesterol numbers, which even vegans can get, and they do. Yes, they do. Especially if they're famished, they're busting for food, they're eating every hour. They just need to nibble on something every hour because they're starving. Their bodies are starving of micronutrients. Which brings us to the whole Health 44, the health regimen I advocate for here. Health happens when you do the 44. First of all, the 44 is taking away 90+% of the supermarket, 4 classes of food: glutens, oils, sugars, nitrates, nitrites, out, gone. There are nuances in there. There's food prep nuances, and there's digestion and absorption understanding. The second floor of the 44 is bringing those 4 classes of micronutrients. There is 90 declared essential micronutrients. 60 of them are minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids. Within no time, your ailments or your mitigation of future ill health will be gone. I already mentioned some of my personal issues of 5 years ago. I'm in my 5th year of doing this, and I'll be one of those statistics that keep the weight off, that keep healthy over 5 years, and the further 90% that fail over 10 years, I'll be one of them 0.01%. So it's easy. Your diet, your eating, your health and illness, anxiety will be gone once your body is nourished with the micronutrients that we require. And you won't need to make an excuse to have a get together and have chips and dips and pizzas and burgers and all the rest of it. You won't be looking forward to the get together at the Thai restaurant. You'll be looking forward to the company, not the food. If I was to be invited to a Thai restaurant, as an example, breaking bread is no more. You need to be antisocial to be social. You have to be brave enough to be the laughing stock. If I end up going to a Thai restaurant, I'll be still very nervous. I'll be probably just ordering the jasmine rice and picking at it. And a just meat, a non-prepped, non-base beef or chicken, just put it on the rice. Yes, you have to do that, because if you don't do that, sort of thinking that I'm suggesting, you'll be falling off the wagon. You'll have to go to Illness Anonymous or something. Oh, that's an idea. So I think I've made my point. They're not understanding cholesterol. They can't even pick heads or tails. If you can't even stick to heads and then end up tails, well, you don't deserve to be advocating for low cholesterol. If someone will sponsor a cholesterol reading for me, I won't worry if mine is 325. Probably won't be, but I won't be worried at all, because I don't have sugar or oils. So my normal saturated fat will keep me around, I don't know, 250, 300. I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out. I'd like to know what my vitamin D level is. How about my, so even then, if there was, low, that's a bit high. Even if those figures start to go ding, 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 I won't worry about it. Yeah, if the cholesterol ratio is out, well, your ratios are wrong. And if I live to 70, well, I'm wrong. If I live to 100, I'm right. So, hopefully until the next time, I think I've made my point. Bye-bye now.